Hey guys, and welcome back to the YouTube. It's been a very, very long time, I think up to a year since I was last behind a camera. This time it's a little bit different. This time we're actually getting filmed by Adam behind the camera. So Adam, give a little wave. But yeah, a lot has changed. I've opened a gym, as you can see. So this is the zone Paddington that we have here now. We've had 2 lockdowns in the space of that, so realistically only really been open for like 2 to 3 months. It's been a hard time, but we've survived it. And in that period as well, I've also had a whole gaining phase, which I finished off in December. We then started a mini cut in January, and it just pointed out a lot of issues that I had with my training. I wasn't really in it. I don't think in the last few months of that push-up, my digestion was terrible. I was just going through the motions. There was a lot of stress going on here in the gym, getting like things with lockdown. I just don't think I was efficient enough. So during this mini cut, I've had a lot of time to reflect, especially with the gyms being closed, of what I want to do to push up. I just need to be more accurate with my training. I was doing like a 4-plate hack squat, but I wasn't getting anywhere near the results I wanted for my leg. My legs just didn't progress in that period. So I've realized that I've had to strip things right back, be more accurate, be better with my digestion, be better with my training, and analyze absolutely everything. But this new part is going to be called the push-up, and hopefully it should be an interesting time period, and you guys can be part of that journey and learn a few things on the way there as well. Right guys, stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the workout. So today we are in for pull, and the first exercise that we're going to do is a close grip pull-up. It's just a really nice position. I used to do this over the other side of the rack, but the grip on here is a lot better. I get a really good connection, and this is something that I really want to continue up in my pull-up. I think if I can carry on doing pull-ups or a chin-up variation in this gaining phase, it will definitely show, especially as body weight starts to rise. So I'm just going to warm up now, and then we'll get straight into it. So we're just going to warm up a little bit. We're just going to see how this goes. I've had an early shift today, so we were up at 4:30 this morning, so I'm a tired boy. But food is generally a lot higher now than it previously was in the mini cut. I think I'm now up to 550 grams carbs on a training day and 500 on a rest day, and I definitely notice a difference. And yeah, I should be able to push through from this one. But I'm not making any excuses, but if I have a crap one, that's the reason why, but I should be okay. So another thing that I've recently started doing a lot more in this push-up is videoing my sets. So everything that I'm doing now, I'm filming it to see the accuracy in the set, to see if the exercise is working, to see if I'm doing anything wrong at all. And all of that I look back at myself, or I send it to my coach AJ, and it's just keeping me accountable for a lot more things now. I'm finding like if I'm recording it, that I'm not wanting to have those crap sets anymore. I'm focusing on the eccentric part of it when I'm like loading it, or I'm being controlled with my pushing, and it's just switching me on a lot more. And I think everyone, I've just done a post about this, I think everyone should start recording their sets a little bit more. It's not just for Instagram clout, it's just to look back and see what's going right or wrong. Because if you're doing an exercise you've been doing right at the start, and you've got bad habits, and you say 8 weeks time, you're still pushing up the weight, those bad habits, you're just gonna injure yourself. And then what happens? You're gonna be injured and out of work or out of training for, who knows, months. So I think it's absolutely pivotal in a push-up that you film your sets right at the start, make sure the form is good, and refer it back to someone. If that be your coach or a good friend that's got a good eye for training. But anyway, let's get into this working set now. Which is our second exercise today, is going to be a Romanian deadlift, aka the RDL. This is one of my favourite compound hip hinge movements. It's fantastic for the posterior chain development, and it's something I really want to drive up. I am, like I said earlier, feeling a bit tired today, and one thing I've learned a lot more is that I need to manage my recovery as best I can. So when I'm not on the money, I'm not going to take any half reps. So if my form starts to go with this at all, by any chance at all, my back starts to cave or anything like that, or I get any rounding at all, then I'm just going to stop the exercise right there. Yes, I'm going to try and hit numbers if I can, but if numbers aren't there, I'm not going to go for them, because it will just challenge my recovery way too much. And that is something that I can't afford to do, especially now with working longer hours with the gym being open. I need to maximise my recovery, and I'll get a lot more out of it. So we're going to start off right now. So we're getting closer to our working weight now. So we're on like 140, last we did 150 for 9. We're just gonna see how this goes. Normally this will be the side of where if I need to push up a little bit. I did 150 for last week, like I said, but it was a little bit fast for my liking. I need to really focus on my eccentric. So we'll see how this goes. If it's good, then we'll go up to 150 and have maybe one feeler on that as well. And then maybe go up to like 155 and just try and get really slow eccentrics. Even if we get a 4 to 6, I'll be happy with that. Like I said, I don't want to push myself too hard. I'm feeling a bit in the trenches, but we'll see how this goes. So this is going to be the last feed on this, 150. We'll see how this goes. If it feels alright, then I'll push up to maybe 155 and just really focus on the eccentric on this part. This is why it's so important looking back at your sets. Like last week I looked back at what the set was and wasn't happy with it. It was too fast. There was no concentric coming down. I wasn't slow enough. I wasn't pausing at the bottom. Whereas this time, I went up a weight, got 6 good reps, pausing at the bottom. My back was completely straight the whole time. And this is why it's so important to record your videos. Record your training on, because you look back on it and you comment on yourself and you know what you need to do for next time. Another thing I find massively important now in my training is there's a really good group of people in here, and the atmosphere in the gym is just absolutely everything at the moment. Like I've got people like my good old training partner Tom that I've been from day one with. Now I've got Jared, I've got Toby, there's loads of other people in here, all giving it absolute beans. And it just creates such a good environment to like learn, like grow. We comment on each other's stuff, we show each other stories, we show each other like our videos, and it's just amazing. I think environment is everything. Like they say, you're a product of your environment. And if you're in a gym, like maybe a pure gym or a commercial gym, and you don't have that environment where everyone's going for it and they just go like just walking in and doing the bare minimum, then what influence are you going to have to grow and want to do better? You're not going to have it. That's why you always get a better environment in an independent gym. Like, I'm just lucky to have my own gym where it's really, really good. But it's absolutely everything. If you feel like your training's not going well and you're in a commercial gym, go to an independent. Go to a hardcore independent. Get to know the people. And trust me, your progress will just absolutely skyrocket. So another little new investment. Not investment, but a little new addition to the family is little Luna here. So we got me and Katie got Luna. Also Katie's a new addition, I guess, as well. Me and Katie met last summer, and we're getting on brilliant. And we've got a nice little baby now as well called Luna, who we've had since December. And she's basically always by my side, my left-hand girl, and she's always in the gym. So I've got a gym dog now, and she's also in my coaching logo. If you can, we'll zoom into that at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, she's basically part of the furniture here now on its own, and absolute pleasure to have. Once you get your own dog, it's just a different thing. So, for this exercise, we're on the side back seated row. Probably one of my favourite exercises, to be honest. I used to not get like a lot of stimulus from it, just because I don't think I was bracing properly. I wasn't doing the exercise correctly. I used to try and brace. Well, I didn't even brace at some points. I literally just be like holding myself in and coming like that. So my chest used to come off the pad. I wasn't actually using my lats at all. I was just moving the weight from A to B. I then also started bracing with using the pads. And even still, it wasn't feeling right. So my little key point now is when I brace, I hold onto this little metal pad here with my left arm, get my arm nice and on the lowest part of the handle if I can. And then what I want to do is I want to pretend that my elbow is dragging along the floor. Get myself nice and braced, and then literally dragging that elbow. Like I said, just making sure that our handle is nice and low on it, dragging that elbow down along the floor, and we're really, really focusing on the lower lat here and getting a nice and squeeze. Don't just throw it from A to B. If your arm's not high enough either, then you're starting to use your shoulder. It's just actually pointless. Like, we want to involve our lower lat here and get a nice and squeeze. Nice and low, get the elbow low, keep yourself nice and braced into the pads, and you get such better traction with the lats. And I find doing it single arm as well, it's even better. So with that exercise, as soon as I can't get my elbow right into my pocket, it's over. Because any more than that, I'm just using momentum trying to bring it back, and I'm not using the lats at all. So there's literally no point of carrying on. We see people when it starts to get hard, they'll start yanking it, or they'll try and get so much torso flexion just to get it back. It's like, what are you achieving from that? You're achieving cool. You're actually just putting probably more stress on your elbow, pre-workouts kicks in, elbow and your shoulder joint, and no stimulus to that. So as soon as it's done, it's done. And people need to realise that. You need to check yourself sometimes a bit, because you don't want to cause an injury. If we're causing an injury in a gaming phase and we have to change training around and miss exercises, that can be pivotal. In bodybuilding, it's all about time. We don't have a lot of time. I'm now 27. Time is like of an essence. Like my natural test levels will start to eventually go down at some point. So I need to be precise with everything like that. I'm not an 18-year-old boy anymore. I can't just throw weight A to B and see what happens with it. I need to be precise with absolutely everything. Looking back on footage, I actually got it wrong myself. I did 8 on my left side and I only got 7 on my right side. So check your footage all the time and realise what you're actually lifting and like what numbers you have to hit. Because when you're in the session and you've had maybe a bit of pre-workout or you're a bit tired like I am today, then you're going to make some mistakes if you're not thinking all the time. This is exactly what I'm on about with motivation right now. You've got Toby and Tom right now absolutely giving it a ham on the pendulum, and you've got Jared supporting them the whole time. You are literally a product of your environment. If you're training around people that are motivating you all the time and pushing hard, you're probably going to push hard and try and push even harder. There's that friendly competition always there, that competitive element, and that's what it needs to progress. You need to have that environment around you all the time. But with people that are not doing it and not pushing at the time, where are you going to find that motivation? Look at this right now. Right back! Yeah. So this is our fourth exercise, D-handle lat pull down. So we're set up here. We've got the ASL bar just here right now. Nice and light, attaching the D-handles through it. And we've also got a chest support. We put the bench there just so we support it right into it. Something to brace into. I find if we were doing a normal lat pull down and we just put our knees underneath the pads just there, when it starts to get hard, we will use our body weight to try and bring it down. Also, we can't keep ourselves fixed. So like I said, as it starts to get hard, we're starting to use our body weight to bring it down. Whereas if we're supported in a chest support with this, there is no movement at all. We are literally just pulling down with our elbows, and it's just complete isolation of the lats. Complete isolation of the lats. It's a fantastic exercise. If you've not tried it before, try and get a hold, try and do it yourself. You will notice massive difference. I've noticed since I've started doing this, as well as like RDLing, getting the fixed position on the Cybex over there, that I've just had such improvements in my back. And it absolutely kills on the back as well. So, finished mainly all of our back workout, now it's biceps. I used to never really log biceps, and I don't think my biceps actually grown in the last year, to be honest. So, I've now started logging in my book, started changing my training methods, started looking at things like the muscle mentors from Callum Raystrick, and some of his techniques. I feel like I've got such a better connection with my bicep. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a dumbbell supported, bench supported curl. The reason I'm using a bench compared to a preacher, it's just the fact that we can change the profile. So instead of being really high up, like that, we've got a really harsh drop off, and potentially the same with the preacher, being a little bit lower, we can just adjust this seat back one more, and make sure that we have a very even resistance profile the whole way through it. Because I found, like I said, the hardest part is right at the bottom, and it's going to be really hard. And then all of a sudden it's going to drop off when we get to this point here in the furthest part, the last part of the contraction. So we're just going to adjust the bench back a little bit more. We're going to make ourselves get right in line with it, lean back a little bit. We're trying to get the elbow in line with the shoulder, and get nice strip controls, and really slow on the way down. Whereas if we've been here, we've been really heavy in this point. The elbow body would have been using as a pivot, and I would have probably been trying to use my shoulder to pull it back. Therefore not stimulating the bicep at all. At the end of the day, we want to stimulate our biceps, not the front of our shoulder. So guys, thank you for watching that. That was the full session recorded. I've left out biceps today. I'm probably going to put it on the start of my leg day session just because I'm so fatigued now and pretty tired, and I don't want it to affect my recovery at all. So thank you for watching. Hopefully we're going to have more videos of me and Adam in the future. Hopefully we'll get like a leg session and we'll get a push session for sure. But I'm glad to be back on YouTube, and hopefully, like I said, lots more to come. But thank you for watching, and check you guys later.